Which book or story provided me with the most inspiration to write? Well, again, I used to own a bookstore, and so I used to read a lot, and I read good books, I've read bad books, but probably the one that really stood out and said, I would like to do that, is Stephen King's The Stand. I know there's some Stephen King fans out there. I know some people aren't big fans of his, but The Stand was one that really stood out for me. I appreciated the way the characters he developed right from with the background. You could dive in. He created a whole world in that book, and it was really impressive how he did that. And I thought if I could ever do that, that would be a winner. And so I know that the feedback I've got is that people think that the characters are believable, and that's what I wanted to achieve. Another interesting note on the manuscript and on the first book, The Judas Legacy, is that when I wrote the book, I just penned it the way I was going to, with the story in mind, and I got to the end of it, gave it to my first editor to start working through, and then I joined a writers group that said, how do you get your books published? And I thought, okay, I've got a pretty good product. I think it'll be okay. And the first thing they told me was that for each genre, there had to be a number of words that would be acceptable to the public and to publishers on what that book length would be. Well, lo and behold, in the genre that I had picked, which was a thriller, adventure kind of thing, anywhere from 95 to 110,000 words. And I looked at my word count, and it was well over 300,000 words. And so I went, stop, hold the phones, stop everything. I went, we gotta rewrite this. So I pulled it back from the editor and said, I gotta rewrite it. And I spent the next year paring out pages, taking chapters out, combining characters, backstories that disappeared that I hope people didn't lose in the whole thing. I had old chapters that got converted into one paragraph. It was an exercise of, I don't want to call it frustration, but it needed to be done, and so that's where we ended up with, and it fit the mold now.
Not necessary.
There shall be no knifing one another. Everybody knows who's in charge.
Me. Right?
Yes, you. Of course. Of course.